And we say hello once again, ladies and gentlemen, from Mascoutah High School Gymnasium. Glad to have you with us as the Indians and the Bulldogs get set for a good time, a big-time matchup tonight. First MVC matchup of the year and the first home game of the year for the Indians. As we say hello, alongside Hudson Huber, my name is Owen Dressler. First time that the Mascoutah Indians boys basketball team has been broadcasted on this our YouTube channel, the Indian Sports Network, and we are thrilled to have you with us for what is sure to be a fun night of Indians basketball. Glad you're with us here for Indian basketball with Hudson Huber, Owen Dressler. The Indians coming in 2-1. They have only played 3 games. They have not played since they played in the Thanksgiving tournament in Troy at Triad last week. 2 up, 1 down in that tournament for the boys. It was a good start to the season for them, and it has been a fun year so far. They begin the MVC play tonight. First home game taking on Highland, and again mentioned just a decent performance at the Triad tourney. Again, 2 up and 1 down. It was a fun matchup, fun weekend, and now here we go. Hudson getting ready for MVC play.
Yes, it is great to see the boys back out here. This will be my first game watching them. They've had a great start to the season, as you mentioned. They're 2-1. They had a tough loss to a really good Collinsville team and a win against Granite City and Hazelwood East. Last year, they had Miles Endicott, he was very big, strong, and tall in the paint. Now, this year, they have Matthew Smith. He's also very tall, but he's not as big and bulky as Miles Endicott was. So losing him as a senior is something that the Indians have to change, because he was a big part of their game. So interesting to see what Coach Shoemaker has done in the offseason and preparing these boys to not have as much, scoring in the paint as they did the year before. They have a very good amount of shooters on this team. Steve Hollins, Corey Harris, and 6'2" Jaden McCoo, I like to call him, Owen. Very good scorers. They've got at least 12 points per game. They're all very good at shooting threes out there. Steve and Hollins, 47% from 3. We've got Corey Harris. He's 20% from 3, and Jaden McCoo, he's 14% from 3. So we're looking to see Stephen Hollins out there a lot, making baskets, Owen.
Yeah, this is a team, they came into this game, mentioned their 2-1 record. They have been very productive offensively. Averaging 58 points per game, which is a very good number to start off the year. It's a very good number. Nice to see some offense out of these boys. And they have been just so good offensively. The one thing they have also they've struggled on the defensive end as well. They're allowing 52 a game, going up against the Highland team that only allows 47. So it's going to be a question of which one wins out tonight. Does the Indians' good offense win out, or does that Highland defense win tonight?
Yes, exactly. And if you remember last time we saw these boys was against Highland in a playoff game. So this is just a redemption game for some of the juniors who were on the team last year. They're now seniors. Maybe it's a redemption game. Maybe they get their redemption in this game to prove that, they might be a bit better this year, So, having this MVC play at home like the girls, having this home court advantage is a big thing to have. Although it didn't bode well for the girls, maybe it bodes well for the boys. So, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, certainly, indeed, it was a fun night for the Indians. For the girls, it was not a fun night, for the girls, as they certainly did struggle a bit as they fell to Highland, as they fell to the Bulldogs. Certainly was a bit of a tough night. Talking about these Highland Bulldogs, and They are coming into tonight with a record of 2-3. They started their year over Thanksgiving weekend. They started in Alton at the Alton tournament. They were 2-1. They have suffered consecutive losses, most recently to Belleville East. And they come in 50.2 point per game team. Not a terrible offensive team, but and again 47 points against. So the Indians 58 points per game. We'll have to go up against the Highland defense that only allows 47. So we'll see which one prevails there tonight. Certainly going to be a fun and interesting thing to watch as we move along in this one. Should be fun, should be exciting. It is going to be a thriller no matter what. It always is when Highland comes to town. It's the Indian Sports Network halftime. It's the Indian Sports Network. It's not halftime yet. We haven't even started. As the Bulldogs and the Indians will take a break. Pre-game continues after this. You're watching the Mascoutah Indian Sports Network.
We all know you have spirit, but how do you show it? How do you really let them know? What you need is spirit wear. What you need is Warrior logo wear. Your one-stop shop for everything Mascoutah related. And if they don't have it, they can make it. So come down to 12 East Main Street and order now.
Getting closer and closer to kickoff, or to tip-off here on the Mascoutah Indians Sports Network. What is sure to be a good, fun night of basketball here inside of Mascoutah High School. The Indians playing their first game on their home floor. And for the Indians, this is a team that will have 5 seniors coming out on this floor tonight. Stephen Hollins, Corey Harris, Jaden McCoo, Caden Fairn, and Matthew Smith. 5 seniors on this team, all of whom would love to see them beat Highland. It will be the final time they will get to take on Highland on their home floor. Glad to have you with us, Owen Essler, Hudson Huber along for the ride tonight. As we are breaking things down here on the pregame, getting ready for lineups, and tip-off, and oh, the atmosphere here in Mascoutah, it is good. We got two live student sections, and what a night it is sure to be here in Mascoutah. We got the cheer and dance teams getting everybody ready here.
Speaking of student sections, it looks like Highland is like dressed very formally, and then we've got Mascoutah on the other side dressed in blackout. So very contrasting ideas here for the themes of tonight. Yeah, definitely going to be a bit loud in here towards the end of the game if it's close.
Yeah, if this game is close at all coming down the stretch, it is going to be something to watch here tonight.
probably won't be able to hear us sometimes, but you know, that's the nature of the game, and that's why we're here, Owen, for the vibes, to watch basketball.
Gonna be a good one. The Indians are starting to head off the floor from warm-ups. Getting ready to go for the end of this one. Highland, it does not look like, have cheerleaders traveling with them. Bit of a rare thing for the opposing team to not travel with cheerleaders, but so no cheerleaders for Highland. The Indians, though, of course, have their JV cheer, JV dance out there at the moment as well. And we are just about set to go here in Mascoutah. And here we go. We are ready to go. We'll get it over to the PA announcer, Doug Winkler.
At this time, ladies and gentlemen, we ask you to stand for the presentation of colors and the playing of the national anthem. Presenting the colors of the NHS Junior ROTC, led by Cadet Brianna Artix, and under the direction of Chief Shipman.
let's do it. It's the Indians and the Bulldogs. MVC rivalry, MVC Mega Night conclusion here on the floor of Mascoutah High School. If you didn't catch the starters, well, here they are for the Bulldogs. Carter Holthouse, Will Jansen, Grant Fleming, Garen Stone, Braxton Decker. For the Indians, it's Stephen Hollins, Corey Harris, Jada McCoo, Matthew Smith, and Carlo Garcia. So, those are your starters. And we are ready to go. It's going to be Decker versus Smith for the opening tip. And Braxton Decker a little overexcited there on the opening tip. And here we go. Ball's knocked away. It'll go to Highland. Bulldogs swing it around. It's going to be Will Jansen. Now gets it across. They look inside, and the basket doesn't go. It goes out of bounds. It means they'll get the ball. Garen Stone couldn't complete the basket. Went off the side of the backboard. 15 seconds off the clock.
Good opening defense by the Indians to see if they can keep it up.
Jada McCoo comes over the line, or Corey Harris, gets it over the line. Swings it over for Hollins. Now back over for Carlo Garcia. Back over Harris. Harris into the lane. Dumps it off for Garcia. Out to Smith beyond the arc. Over to McCoo. They swing it around. Stephen Hollins takes his dribble. Gets it across and out for McCoo. Pump fake. Drive. McCoo to the lane. Lays it up. Can't get it. Rebound Smith. No Cole on the putback. Ball is loose and Highland comes up with it. Coming down the floor, Garen Stone. Going to give it up for Decker, who dishes it off between the circles. Back over Decker, dishes it back. Decker dishes it back for Garen Stone. Drive into the lane, and the basket comes out on the redirect from Grant Fleming. Here's McCoo, gonna get it down to the corner, and a transition three! And the Indians strike first. And the Bulldogs didn't have anybody down there to get the ball inbounds, so they ended up running some time off the clock. Braxton Decker bringing it up the floor. And he's going to run right into Corey Harris. They're going to call it a blocking foul on Harris. Indians bench wanted the charging foul. Didn't get it. Highland will run a stack out of bounds play here, trailing by 3. Indians with the McCoo triple to start the night. Ball's going to come around. Fleming looking around, trying to find someone to go to. Gets it to Decker, gets it down to the corner for Garen Stone. Ball goes off the iron on the shot. Matthew Smith going to come down with the final rebound. Gets it across. Corey Harris sends it out for Stephen Hollins. Hollins over to Garcia. Harris now to McCoo. McCoo, deep three off the mark. Rebound is going to go to the Bulldogs. And up the floor they come. They find Grant Fleming. Will Jansen picked up the rebound. Fleming trying to get inside to the top of the key. Between the circles now gets it over to Decker. Decker dishes it off here for Carter Holthouse. Fleming drives, lays it up, doesn't go. Ball kept alive by the Bulldogs. Offensive rebound. Dish it out. Now look underneath. Fleming trying to find someone. They get this one out for Holthouse, and that one in and out. And Carlo Garcia goes up, able to get the rebound, and he'll fall to the floor. We're going to get a jump ball here. It's going to be a jump that's going to belong to the Indians. And the Indians crowd alive and well. Garcia to inbound. Indians up 3.
Loving this defense, loving this offense so far from the Indians. They're moving, they're grooving, and they're coming to the other side.
McCoo over to Harris, who plays catch. McCoo trying to drive, ends up getting it over. Now they swing it over to Hollins in the corner. Hollins back out. Harris trying to drive and spin. Dishes it out. Smith out for Garcia. Hollins. Crossover dribble. Takes a jumper off the mark. Rebound picked up by Garen Stone. Here comes the Bulldogs back down the other way from left to right. Sends it across, throws it away, throws it into the Indian student section. 4:47 to go in the first. And a 3-0 lead for the Tribe. Corey Harris going to bring it up the floor, looks it, finds Hollins in the corner, 3 ball, buried!
I think this Indian student section is getting to these Highland players early on.
It's a 6-0 start. They look over, here's Fleming. Fleming out for Jansen. Jansen over to Decker, looks inside, gets a good look. And that one doesn't go! And the rebound goes for Garen Stone, goes back up off the window and falls. And Highland cracks the scoreboard. McCoo with some dribbling work, gets it to Carlo Garcia. Garcia back for McCoo. Now over to Matthew Smith and a whistle. They're gonna call Carlo Garcia for the foul. McCoo gonna follow along with Grant Fleming. Now they go to the corner. Out for Decker. Back between the circles here. Decker gets 2 on him, but they find an opening. Here's a step back 3 for Garen Stone, and that's gonna cut the lead right back to 1. 5-0 run here for the Bulldogs. Hollins lays one up and in. What a beautiful finish there for Hollins. 8-5, 3:18 to go. Decker gonna go now between the circles. Indians up 8-5. McCoo able to get a hand to the pass. McCoo gonna dish it. Harris on the other end. Got it!
This place is electric right now after that.
What a beautiful assist by McCoo. Harris finishes the bucket. Bulldogs back the other way. Indians by 5. 2:47 to go. We're only in the first, and it's been good so far. Fleming over to Jansen. Back to Fleming. Looks inside. Whistle blows. Foul called. It's going to be on Matthew Smith. Indians already their 3rd foul. 2:35 to go. 2:35 to go. 10-5. They dish it out. Now they swing it across. Looking around for Garen Stone. Kick it back out. Grant Fleming. Fleming trying to drive. Couldn't get an angle. Kicks it out. Decker pump fake 3. Goes in. Layup. Too strong. Gets his own rebound. And now he'll draw a foul and go to the line for 2. Garcia called for the foul. His 2nd of the night. 2:15 to go first quarter.
Highland fan section trying to get into the conversation.
First free throw is good for Braxton Decker.
Number 5, Gerald Crumble checks in for the Indians, replacing 13, Smith.
Gerald Crumble, the freshman, into the game, replacing Matthew Smith. Second free throw, too strong off the iron, but the Bulldogs going to keep it. Double team down underneath, and we're going to have I don't know exactly what that means, what that motion meant. Here comes McCoo. Get to the Crumble, back out for Harris. Indians with 5 outside shooters here. They get it back to McCoo. They swing it over to Crumble. Oh, and a miscommunication. Stephen Hollins wasn't there. The freshman and Stephen Hollins and the freshman Crumble with some miscommunication. Minute 54 to go in the first. The Indians up 10-6. Crumble defending here for Fleming. Fleming trying to get down, ends up trapped in the corner. Goes it across, tip back out. Here's a three, got it to go. Braxton Decker cuts the lead to 1, 10-9. Indians with a minute 31 to go. Crumble gonna try, splits defenders, and he's gonna get fouled. Joel Crumble going to go to the line. He has not shot a free throw this year, averaging 2.7 points per game, and he has played in all 3 games. First free throw doesn't go. Mattis Fern going to check in. He's a freshman, playing in his 4th game. He has played in every game. 1:28 remaining. First quarter. Crumble, second free throw is good. An 11-9 lead here. Ball gets thrown back across. Grant Fleming dishes it back over. Here's Braxton Decker. Swings it back around. Garen Stone will let it fly from 3. Doesn't go, and a rebound for Crumble.
Crumble showing a lot of energy after that miscommunication.
Swings it around. Here's the freshman who can't connect. That's Mattis Fern. Bulldogs are going to get it back. Decker whiffs on it in transition, lost the handle. McCoo gets it back. Crumble to the rim. Can't get it, too strong off the glass. 52 seconds to go in the first. 11-9 Indians. Here's a layup and in to tie the score for Grant Fleming. And we're even at 11. Ball gets thrown away off the hands of an Indian. And it will, or off the hand of a Bulldog rather. It'll stay with Mascoutah. Even at 11. 40 seconds to go in the first. McCoo, Harris over to McCoo. Harris bounces over to Hollins. Now they play catch. Back again, Hollins deep 3! Stephen Hollins buries it again. Give him 8 so far in the first quarter. 8 out of the first 14 of the night. Came into this game averaging 12.7. He's well on his way to get past that with 8 in the first. Clock winding down, 6 seconds to go. The Indians ahead by 3, 14-11. They get it across. This one good if it goes. It does not. From Carter Holthouse to end the first. What a first quarter it was. 14-11, the Indians by 3. This has been the Indian Sport. You're watching the Indian Sports Network. We're back in a moment.
Need a morning cup of Joe?
First quarter was fun. Let's see how it continues. The Indians trip ahead of the Bulldogs by 3, 14-11 as we welcome you back to Mascoutah High School Gymnasium with Hudson Huber. Owen Dresser, glad to have you with us. What has been a fun night so far tonight. Bulldogs bringing it up the floor. Carter Powell into the game for the Bulldogs. Grant Fleming between the circles. He's going to give it over to Braxton Decker. Decker dribbling between the circles, gets it over for Garen Stone. They look out. Stone takes the three, in and out and in. Bulldogs tie the score. Here's Harris on the other end of the floor. Got plenty of space in which to dribble and find something to set up. Bulldogs going into a zone defense here. 2-3 it looks like. Hollins can't get it. And it's going to Grant Fleming in transition. Up and in for Braxton Decker, and Highland leads by 2. Now they look over to McCoo. McCoo gives it back to Harris. Now over to Hollins. Hollins, Harris, McCoo from the corner. Jumper, got it. And the Indians even it up. 16-0, 6:44 to go in the second quarter. Coming back across, here come the Bulldogs. Sends this one across for Carter Powell. Back it over for Braxton Decker. Decker swings it back, Powell. Powell looking around, finds Fleming inside. Jumper, got it. And Highland and the Indians going back and forth now here to begin quarter number 2. Highland on a 7-2 run. Harris and Hollins playing catch. Another look inside for Darrell Crumble. Ball goes out of bounds. They're going to say it went off a Highland player. Carter Garcia will check back in for the Indians. Carter Holdhouse checks back into the game for the Bulldogs. He will send off Braxton Decker. 18-16 Highland. Indians have possession. Fern gets it in for McCoo's going to throw a jumper in and out. And now Fleming up the floor. Going to go to Powell. Powell back to Fleming. Deep three. Got it. Bulldogs pull ahead. It's 5. It's a 5-point game. 2-possession game now. 5:47 to go. Second quarter. Back come the Bulldogs. McCoo out for Harris. Harris gives it up. Hollins will let this one fly, and Hollins buries another. Hollins can't miss. He's got 11. Nowhere to go for Fleming. He'll find Powell. Powell dishes it off for Stone. Looks underneath for Fleming, who lets a jumper fading away get buried. And the Bulldogs once again lead by 4. 2-possession game. Here's Crumble. Now a look up, not going to go. Rebound comes down for Mecklenbaum. Fleming trying to dish it inside, and finding it is Mattis Fern. McCoo goes underneath and nowhere to go with it. It went out of bounds off the Bulldogs as Harris couldn't finish. Mattis Fern will inbound the ball. Ball comes thrown out. Hollins with another deep three. This one in and out. Garcia got the rebound. Got swatted back into the hands of Corey Harris. His jumper doesn't go. Carlo Garcia gets the rebound, gives it up for Mattis Fern. Into the lane, gonna float one up. Back iron doesn't go. And a foul is called against the Indians.
Indians have their offense going, working really well, but then suddenly this Highland defense picked it up, and they started playing defense, and now it's not going so well for the Indians on the offense. Gotta pick it back up.
One of the things, part of the problem for the Indians is Highland switched into a zone defense. Ball comes out. Here's Carter Holdhouse. We have a whistle. We're gonna have a foul called.
Foul number 20, Mattis Fern, his first, team 7.
Ball comes in. Stone looks, finds. And now the Bulldogs able to recover here. Long possession here for the Bulldogs. Nice spin move there by Fleming. And we're going to have a jump ball. And I realize now, looking at my scoreboard, I had the possession arrow wrong on the scoreboard. The possession arrow favored Mascoutah. A jump ball called. The Indians get it back. They trail by 4. 2-possession game. McCoo's got 3 points. Opened the game with a 3. Gets it out of the corner. Mattis Farn steps back. Gets it out to McCoo. McCoo going to dish it across for Farn. Farn swings it. Harris. Garcia trying to drive. They're going to say he traveled. 3:32 to go. 3:32 to go in quarter number 2. Highland will inbound the basketball in front of their own bench. And now up the floor they come. Coming up the floor. Looking around, trying to find somewhere to go with it. Decker looks inside. Garen Stone's got it. Kicks it back out. Decker swings it across. 3-ball, not going to go for Carter Holdhouse. Rebound no goes to the Bulldogs, and Garen Stone gets it up and in and puts it home. Bulldogs lead by 6, 25-19. 2:56 to go. Here's Hollins, who buries another 3. And just like that, it's a one-possession game. 25-22. 2:47 to go in the second. Holdhouse bringing it up the floor. Looking around, doesn't have anywhere to go. Finds Decker. Decker kicks it back over for Belm. Now we'll look underneath. They get it, and up and in goes Decker. Or excuse me, Belm. Bulldogs by 5. Here's a 3-ball. Mattis Farn! And the Indians are going to take a timeout. It's a 2-point game, 2:14 to go in the first. 30-second timeout. We're going to keep it here. And just both sides with physicality and just an impressive show on both ends right now for these two squads.
Yeah, both sides are lighting up the net. It seems as the Bulldogs defense getting started has stopped the Indians a bit, but that's all except for the three-point shooting. It's gone very well for the Indians so far. Getting those threes has brought the score margin even closer. Very interesting game right now. I would also like to note that the reason why this Indians offense is so productive is their ability to inbound the ball before the defense even gets set, which is one advantage that they get, that Coach Schumacher is really good at teaching these Indians players.
27-25, 2:13 to go, second quarter. Coming out of the timeout, the Indians trail by 2. Decker between the circles here. Looking around, doesn't have anywhere to go. And it's thrown away off the hand of Carter Powell. So the Indians get it back, under 2 minutes to play in the half.
That turnover could be costly. Let's see what the Indians offense has cooked up for this drive.
Corey Harris between the circles, dishes it off for Stephen Hollins, who has got 14 points, already more than his season average. McCoo inside, gonna get it to Harris. Harris kicks it out, throws it away. Crumble couldn't get out of there to pick it up. And the Bulldogs are gonna get it back. It'll be Macklin Belm to inbound. Decker, and over to Fleming to take it up and across the timeline. Looks underneath. Here is Holdhouse. Driving in. Holdhouse dishes it inside. They go up and in for Macklin Bell. And the Bulldogs lead by 4 with 1:08 to go. Looks over, dishes it up now for McCoo. McCoo across. Now McCoo swings, goes down to a knee, able to keep his dribble. Hollins again! It's a 1-point game, 45 seconds to go in the half. 29-28. Grant Fleming coming across, dishes it. Fleming now trying to go to the baseline. Foul is called.
Number 20, Aaron Ford of the Indians called for a foul. His second, team third, substitution. Number 21, Karen Stone, check back in the Bulldog line, replacing 23, Bella.
Indians 3 fouls in this quarter. Highland has not committed a foul in the quarter. 29-28. Fleming will inbound the ball for Highland. Up top, Jansen looking. Three-pointer doesn't go. Ball is loose. Rebound will go to Gerald Crumble. McCoo up the floor. 21 seconds remaining. 29-28. McCoo just dribbling. They're going to let some time wind off the clock. See if they can get a last second shot. Harris back to McCoo, back to Harris. 5 seconds to go. McCoo from the logo, and he airballed it. 1.6 to go. McCoo took that shot from the logo. We're going to have a timeout taken by the Bulldogs.
Full timeout.
This one is a full timeout. We're going to take it with them. The Bulldogs and the Indians. You're watching the Indian Sports Network.
New to Mascoutah but open since 1972, Joe's Pizza has plenty to offer. No matter what you're in the mood for, Joe's Pizza has a variety of options for you. Check out their handmade pizzas, pastas, subs, salads, and wings located at 215 East Main in Mascoutah. Along with their delicious food, Joe's has friendly workers, a clean and safe environment, and fast and efficient service. Don't just take our word for it, look at many reviews left by members of our own community. Available for delivery or carryout. Joe's Pizza, where every bite feels like home.
One-point game, Indians Bulldogs here on a Friday night in Mascoutah. Glad to have you with us. As we just have 1.6 seconds to go, and the Bulldogs will throw it away. McCoo at the buzzer, off the window, no good. And that will take us to halftime. What a first half of basketball here in Mascoutah. 29-28. Bulldogs with a 1-point lead, and we're going to see how this one goes. Halftime in Mascoutah. Ready to go, second half, Indians and Bulldogs here on the Mascoutah Sports Network. Glad to have you with us. Get you a couple point total. Stephen Highland, 17 points for the Indians. He has been red hot. Corey Harris only with 2. Jana McCoo has 5. Those two guys are two guys that usually light the lamp, and they have been out fairly quiet tonight. For the Bulldogs, it is Garen Stone leading the way with 10 points. Grant Fleming has 9. Braxton Decker has 6. We are underway here in half number 2. Bulldogs possess the basketball to start things off. Garen Stone between the circles, now dishes it across for Carter Holdhouse. Holdhouse dishes it. Now Holdhouse from 3, and that is not the start that the Indians wanted to the second half. It's 3-0 start of the second half. Here is McCoo, going to hand it off for Hollins. Looks in for Matthew Smith. He hadn't gotten a lot of looks tonight. Smith going to give it up for Harris down to the baseline. Back out to Smith. Between the circles over to Hollins. Hollins looks over to Garcia. Carter Garcia. Oh, good cut. Inside from Harris, and a foul is called.
Number 29, Braxton Decker of the Bulldogs, called for the foul. That's his
First team foul. Braxton Decker called for it for the Bulldogs. Here's McCoo, can't get the layup, able to get his own rebound out for Matthew Smith, who's going to bury a 3 and get the Indians back to within 1, 32-31, with 6:55 remaining. Down low, it's Fleming. Fleming between the circles, hands it off. And now here goes Decker, can't get it, scrum. It's going to go to the Indians. Stephen Hollins can't chase down the loose ball. Back the other way for Fleming. He lost the handle, able to keep it alive. A jumper from the corner, and he puts it in. 6:33 to go, quarter number 3. Dishes it off. McCoo going to give it back over to Harris. Harris looks. Now dishes it back for Carter Garcia. Garcia gives it give and go to Harris. Now back for Garcia. Garcia looking around, doesn't know where to go with it. Now he finds Harris, going to go driving in, can't get it. Rebound Garcia, throws it away. 6:05 to go, quarter number 3. Bulldogs with a 3-point lead. Bulldogs inbound the ball in front of the Indians bench, and now we'll take it back from our right to our left. Coming across with it, Grant Fleming. Fleming between the circles, dishes it over to Braxton Decker. Decker gives it back for Jansen. Jansen, now we'll look over to Garen Stone. Stone will draw travel. They're going to say walked. And the Indians get it right back. 5:46 remaining in the third. To be completely fair, I didn't see it. But nonetheless, the Indians have it back. Between the circles, Corey Harris dribbling the basketball. They give it over to McCoo. McCoo with a drive, goes up for the jumper, can't get it. Up with a rebound is Will Jansen, who gives it back over to Braxton Decker, who's going one-on-one with Hollins down the floor. Pulls back, gives it across for Fleming. Back over Decker, left wing. And the ball's going to get knocked away, and it's off Hollins. 5:16 to go, we're in the third. 34-31, Highland with the lead. Bulldogs. Decker looking around for somewhere to go. He ends up going with Jansen. They look inside, Stone floater, doesn't go. Hollins able to pick up the rebound for himself. Coming down the floor, Hollins has 17 points tonight, and he will dish this one off for Carter Garcia. Garcia hands it off for Harris, who dribbles now back over to McCoo, who hasn't seen the bench. McCoo gives it over to Smith. Smith dishes it back over to McCoo. McCoo gonna try and drive in, gets it out for Smith. Smith, who's got a 3 in the corner's got another. Even at 34 with 4.5 to go in the third. Coming back down the floor, it's Decker. Decker slings it, left swing. Knocked away by Highland. Picked up by McCoo. McCoo to the line. He's got it. Indians retake the lead. 36-34 the time, and we're going to have a whistle blown. Braxton Decker. Check into the game for the Bulldogs here. Indians gonna inbound it. Now to Fern. Just into the game. Here's McCoo for the corner with a jumper. He buries that one! And the Indians lead is 4. 3:56 to go, quarter 3.
Indians need to keep this type of offense up to keep up with the Bulldogs in their scoring.
Coming down the floor, Grant Fleming swings it across for Decker. Decker back over Macklin Belm. Belm back over Fleming in the near corner. Took it in, gets into the lane, gonna go up off the window, doesn't go. We're gonna have a jump ball, which will go to the Indians here. 3:34 to go, we're in the third. Indians lead by 4, 38-34.
Another opportunity for the Indians to extend their lead on the Bulldogs, which they've just gained in the past 2 minutes.
Been a good one so far. This one sent across Fern. Fern over to Hollins. Hollins looks underneath for Smith, kicks it back out for Harris. Harris drives into the lane. Now dishes back out. This one's blocked. Now it's saved for no, got a bounce by Garrett Stone. A bit of a risky move, but he got it. We're going to get a foul called on Stephen Hollins coming up the floor as the Bulldogs come up the floor. Braxton Decker will inbound the ball. The stack inbounds play here for the Bulldogs. Coming up the floor. And now circling. That one thrown away into the hands of Matthew Smith, and then McCoo lost the handle going the other way. Back come the Bulldogs. Decker to the lane, goes up, doesn't get the basket to go. Stone with the offensive rebound, can't get it. And a foul called on the floor. It's going to stay with Highland. They're going to call a foul, I believe, on Matthew Smith. Yeah, there it is. His third. Cole Schumacher can't believe it. And so Bulldogs have possession. Indians ahead by 4. Decker has it, dishes it out for Garen Stone. Stone gonna give it up, looks underneath, driving, and it falls. The lead is 2. 38-36. Here's 3 from Harris in the corner. Rebound for Smith. Put back doesn't go. It goes too strong. And then he's going to get called for a foul. He knocked down Macklin Belm down near the baseline. Third of the game, third of the quarter for the Indians. Smith is out. He's got 4. They bring in Mattis Farron and Jarrell Crumble, the 2 freshmen. So we got 3 seniors, 2 freshmen on the floor here for the Indians. A little bit of chippiness here between some of the Indians and the Bulldogs. Down low underneath, it's Grant Fleming. Fleming gonna bring it up the floor. Harris able to get a hand the ball, but the Bulldogs are gonna cross the timeline to Garen Stone. Stone dribbling, nearly had it stolen away, and so nearly thrown away down to the corner. And a travel is called. Macklin Belm walked. A timeout was called. A travel was called and a timeout was called. They're saying the timeout was called.
I don't know, Owen.
They're saying that the timeout was called before the travel.
It's really hard to hear in these headphones, but it looked like they were very close, and we'll probably be able to see it. If you, ladies and gentlemen at home, you can rewind on YouTube. You can see it. We can't see it, but it looked like from the far end that travel was called a bit earlier than
I thought it was.
I don't even think it was that close, but apparently it was.
Normally I'd take a break with a minute-long timeout, but it took half the timeout for the officials to talk things over, and now we're down to the final horn of the timeout, but Cole Schumacher is livid at the moment.
One, because his tallest player right now is 4 fouls, and because of the past 2 calls that he's gotten.
2:07 to go in the third. The Indians with a 2-point lead, 38-36. Here come the Bulldogs. Looking around, they dish it in for Stone, who whiffs on the bucket opportunity. Here comes Harris and the Indians. Harris throws it up, draws the foul. He'll go to the line. They're going to call the foul on Fleming, his first of the game, second of the quarter for the Bulldogs. Indians could make it a 2-possession game with 2 made free throws here from Harris. Harris, who only has 2 points in this game. He has been held very quiet by this Bulldogs team. He came into this game averaging 17 points per game. And he misses on his first free throw. Came into the night with a 81% free throw percentage. His second free throw doesn't go either. And we have a foul called instantaneously.
That was a little bit exaggerated, Owen. If there was a push, there may have been, but that was exaggerated.
I didn't see it. We have a little bit of chip, and there is definitely some chippiness going on tonight. The refs are going to talk this one over.
I mean, he basically like jumped back on his back.
They will call the foul. They will also charge, I believe they're going to charge the Indians for a timeout. No, they're not. Thought the ref initially made a timeout mark. They will not take a timeout. 1:48 to go. So we will play on. Mattis Fern called for that foul. His third of the night. 8:39 to go. We're in the third quarter with 1:48 to play. Braxton Decker has the ball. Coming up over the line. Brings it back into the backcourt. Coming in, they look inside for Macklin Bell. Now a three-pointer off the glass, doesn't go. And the ball is loose. Highland going to keep possession. It's a scrum down low, and a whistle blows, and a foul is called again. This is the Indians' 5th of the quarter, so that will be bonus.
Number 4, Jacob Crew of the Indians, guilty of the foul, his first team foul.
So that is bonus.
Carlos Garcia checks in for the Indians.
So Grant Fleming going to go to the line. It looks like the refs didn't realize it, but Highland in a bonus here in the third. 2 free throws here could tie the game. First one goes down for Fleming. 1 point game. Fleming has 12 points. 38-37 with 1:25 to go in the third. This game has lived up to the MVC rivalry billing tonight. Second free throw is good. And it's even at 38 with 1:21 to play. Harris between the circles, dishes it off to the corner for Mattis Farron. Farron gives it back, Stephen Hollins. Back over to Harris, Hollins, left wing three, doesn't go. And the ball is loose on the floor. Whistles blow, refs run in. And it is going to be a Highland ball, a possession arrow in favor of the Bulldogs. And that will belong to Highland. 38-all with 1:03 to play. .57 to go. Fleming bringing it up left wing. And now stolen away. Harris down the lane, lays it up and in! Indians by 2 with 40 seconds to go in the third. Coming up the floor, Decker trying to find the lane, spins, goes up, doesn't get it. Gets his own rebound though and dumps this one. This one too weak. And now again the ball falls to the floor. And another jump ball that will belong to the Indians now. So 40-38, 28.7 to go. Indians coming up the floor. It is Harris who gives it to McCoo. Under 20 to play here in the third. McCoo just holding on to the basketball. 6 seconds. McCoo. Three-pointer. Off the glass! We're good! And that will end the third. Just before the buzzer, Jada McCoo knocks down the three off the glass. And the Indians at the end of three with a 5-point lead over the Bulldogs, 43-38. We're through three quarters. We're going to the fourth. You're watching Indian basketball.
Need a morning cup of joe? Feeling tired after work and need an afternoon pick-me-up? Scoot on around to Scooter's Coffee to satisfy your caffeine needs. Scooter's Coffee, located across the street from Mascoutah High School, is serving up hot, fresh coffee, cold, refreshing drinks, and a variety of foods such as breakfast burritos and muffins. Scooter's is open Monday to Friday from 5:30 a.m. to 8 p.m. and on the weekends from 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. Scoot on around today.
.43-38 as we are just ready to go. The final quarter of the game. Indians by 5. The Bulldogs, though, clearly not out of it as it has been tight all game long. It has been tightly knit in what has been a thriller so far here at MHS.
Yep, always love this matchup every year. It's always lived up to the hype.
Bulldogs will possess first. And Braxton Decker bringing it out across the timeline for the Dogs. Ball knocked away. McCoo nearly turned it over, and this time he knocks it away and knocks it out of bounds. It'll stay with Highland.
A little bit of sleight of hand in there from Jaden McCoo. He's done that a few times, and now it's been stellar.
Ball gets thrown out for Carter Holdhouse. Holdhouse gonna bring it between the circles, now dribbling along the perimeter, gonna throw one up and not gonna get it. Matthew Smith picks up the rebound, and now here come the Indians. Down the floor, now between the circles they go. 7:28 to go, we're in the fourth. Harris throws it up, can't get it. Nowhere to go on the rebound, we're gonna have a jump ball, it'll stay with the Indians. That is fair, looking around. He's going to find Highland in the near corner. Now gets it over to McCoo, right wing. McCoo over across for Harris, over on that left side. Going to roll down left corner. Now dribbling along left far baseline. Gets it back between the circles for Hollands. Hollands over to Fair to the right corner. Backed away, keeps it, and they're going to say he stepped out of bounds. 7 minutes to play, 43-38. Indians turn it over. Highland ball after the step out of bounds. Bulldogs coming down the floor. Fleming goes behind his back to get around Harris. Now gives it over to Will Jansen. Jansen dishes it across. And now Holthouse spinning, trying to find it, gets it back for Jansen. Jansen looking around, finds Fleming up between the circles, goes behind his back, takes the three off the dribble, doesn't get it. Rebound goes to the Indians and Matt is fair, who gives it up to McCoo across the timeline. Harris in the corner, takes the long two, buries it there. Indians have the lead at 7. 45-38, 6:19 to go, we're in the fourth quarter. And we're going to get a timeout taken by Highland. "30-second timeout will keep you here. But the Indians all of a sudden, the last half of the third and now the start of the fourth, they have started to really establish themselves in this game.
Yeah, they've really picked it up. Haven't seen Stephen Hollins yet in this quarter, but I'm sure we'll see him at some point making his step back threes as he normally does. It's good to see the Indians are being more aggressive on offense, finding their passing lanes, getting more turnovers, resulting to more points, and it's just been really good for the Indians this whole half.
"45-38. We're in the fourth quarter. 6:11 to go. They look in for Macklin Bell. Ball gets knocked away, and they're going to say, and Braxton Decker wants to argue with the referee, and now Decker has been checked.
Can't argue with the referee, Owen. That was just unsportsmanlike there.
Jaden McCoo will take the free throws, makes his first one. Indians increase their lead. And the second free throw good as well. It's 47-38, the Indians lead by 9. I think if he hadn't made the flip, he flipped his hand at him like, oh, what that? Oh, basically saying some, I can't really say what I would think he was meaning on air. But I think if he hadn't flipped his hand like that, I don't think they would have called the technical. But he did, and they called it. So Indians by 9, and they have the basketball. Here's McCoo trying to go for the slam and didn't get it. 47-38. Fleming dishes it inside. Ball gets knocked away. We're going to have a foul called. Jaden McCoo.
Number 4,
is called for the foul.
Team first.
First foul of the quarter for the Indians.
Inbound, up at the front. Pass
Looks
back
over. Sorry. Thank you, Hudson, for picking that up. Garrett Stone going to throw it off. Doesn't have the angle. Hollins will bring it up for the Indians.
Trying to take some time off the clock.
McCoo going to give it over to Harris. 5:12 to go. Dishes it across for McCoo. McCoo right wing, going to throw it back across for Harris. Harris into the lane, throws one, can't get it. Rebound going to go to Fleming. Fleming coming back up over the timeline, gives it across for Holdhouse. Holdhouse throws up a jumper, got it. 4:38 to go, 47-40. McCoo looks, drives, gets it to Fern down to the corner baseline, back over to Jada McCoo, who has it on the sideline. McCoo now backpedaling toward the timeline, and the Indians are just trying, looks like it, just trying to take some time. Harris, sideline, now cuts into the middle, looking to drive, gets it out for McCoo. McCoo from three, buries that one! And the Indians have the 10-point advantage. Here's Garrett Stone from three right off the rip. Ball gets knocked back toward the lane. The Bulldogs are going to keep possession. Inside the painted jumper, no go for Holdhouse. The Bulldogs keep possession. Stone goes up and finds the basket.
Good job by the
42.
Indians. Good job by the Indians to reorganize even after that scuff in the middle.
3:34 to go. We're in the fourth. 50-42. It's an 8-point game. 3:27 to go. Harris down the sideline, kicks it out for Fern. Harris pulls back, gets a little help from McCoo. McCoo now trying to get something going, throws it back over to Harris. 3:11 to go. Harris into the lane, gonna float one up, and it's not gonna go. We're gonna get a foul though. Harris gonna go to the line for two. .307 to go. We're in the fourth. 50-42. The Indians with an 8-point lead.
Neither team committed very many fouls in this fourth quarter so far. Highland only at 2, Mascoutah Indians only at 1.
First free throw goes down for Harris.
Very clean quarter except for that Braxton Maddox Tech. Very clean quarter so far.
Harris has had a better second half. He's picked up 7 points on the night. He only had 2 coming into the second half. That one does not go. Both Stephen Hollins and Jada McCoo, 17 each. Bulldogs with possession. Belm going to get it back over to Fleming. Fleming between the circles. Running around. Now Decker. 2:50 to go. We're in the fourth. Bulldogs have 4 fouls to give, as well as 3 timeouts to give, as well as 2 timeouts. They're going to take one of those. 2:42 to go. 51-44 is the score as the Bulldogs pick up a basket there. 30-second timeout will keep you here.
Coach Reynolds getting up, showing his emotion on the court just then.
Bulldogs can only stop the clock one more time, and they have 3 fouls to give. So in reality, they can't stop the clock. In reality, technically, without having to give up free throws, if you count those 3 fouls to give, they've got 4 chances to stop the clock with 2:42 to go. They trail by 7. So we'll see how that works out as we approach the end of this one.
Indians been able to chew the clock on their offensive possessions very well.
2:42 to go. Corey Harris stepped out of bounds. Highland gonna get it, and that is something you cannot do at this point in the game.
Yeah, turnover won't bode well. I like the refs letting these boys play. It's been a very good aspect of them so far.
Grant Fleming gonna bring it up, throws it over to Garen Stone. Stone goes up, can't get the basket. Stone himself has 16 for the Bulldogs. He's been a force tonight. Here's McCoo. Gets an angle to the floor, kicks it out of the corner for Mattis. Fern doesn't get it from the corner for three. But he gets the ball and picks off a pass, lays one up, doesn't get that one to go either. Just kind of threw it up there at desperation. 2:07 to go. Here's a three from Grant Fleming. He knocks it down. Bulldogs are not going to stop the clock, trailing by 4, 51-47. Harris moving slowly across the timeline. We're inside of 2 minutes. Harris drives, gives it over now to McCoo left side. Drives inside, Fern. Locked up down low, and we have a whistle. Timeout taken by the Indians, 30 seconds. So with 1:39 to go, the Indians stopped the clock, but that was a right call. Fern was very much trapped down underneath, down to the corner. 4-point game, 51-47. And this one coming down to the wire. But we knew it would. A thriller so far tonight here in Mascoutah.
That it is.
And these NVC games always seem to be just great ones. Stephen Hollins gets the ball for the Indians. Bulldogs putting pressure on. Hollins, though, with some good dribbling and good footwork. This ball knocked away, but held in by the Indians with 1:25 to go. 51-47. McCoo dribbling. Bulldogs still don't want to foul. And now the Indians call another timeout.
There goes another 20 seconds off the clock.
And the Indians take a full. So we'll take this one alongside the Indians Bulldogs. You're watching the Indian Sports Network.
You don't need to compromise to lift for a great price. Just go to the gym. New Energy Fitness is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Work privately or sign up for one of the many available classes. So swipe your membership card and head right on in. And with an amazing atmosphere and community, you'll feel right at home. So for great prices, equipment, and everything else, head to 602 West Main Street. Apply now at newenergyfit.com or call 618-448-0331.
So here come the Indians and the Bulldogs with 1:18 to go, fourth quarter. Indians by 4. Jada McCoo has it, gives it over. McCoo gonna bring it now, trying to find the angle. He'll get fouled by Grant Fleming. Only the third of the quarter. Third of the game for Fleming. Only the third of the quarter for the Bulldogs. They have 2 more to give. McCoo gets it over the timeline. McCoo with an angle to the basket. Got that! McCoo with a mad dash to the rim, and he puts it in. We're inside of a minute. It's a 6-point game. Here's a three-pointer. Not going to go from Carter Holdhouse. Big time break for the Indians. Missing that three. 47 to go. Now the ball stolen away. Fleming to the rim. He's going to get fouled. 43.8 to go.
It's only the second foul of the Indians this quarter. Very well managed there by Mascoutah.
So it'll be Fleming at the line to shoot.
Very smart by McCoo. Now he's got to earn those points.
.8 to go. First free throw is good. The lead is 5. Second free throw down as well. So the lead 4, and now McCoo steals this one away. Gets it over for Smith. Back out for Harris. And they will foul him. So now the Bulldogs, that's the last foul the Bulldogs have to give. They do have a timeout remaining. Lead is 4, 53-49.
If it's me, I'm getting that ball in McCoo's hands. He's the best free throw shooter here.
McCoo's able to get the ball. You say that, and you would think that, but I will say this. If you look at the numbers, Hudson McCoo, very down in terms of free throws, only 53%.
I guess if we're looking at just today, he has been the best one today.
He has been very good tonight, but he's put up 19 on the board tonight. Looking to put up 20 if he can make at least one of these 2 free throws. He puts in the first.
You did mention he only had 2 in the first half, correct?
No, that was Corey Harris.
My bad.
McCoo has been consistent all night. And now with that free throw, give him 21. And the Indians lead by 6. Timeout taken here. It is a full timeout. Now we will step aside once again. The Indians and the Bulldogs, just under 34 seconds to go. Back in a moment.
Do you ever find yourself not wanting to cook tonight? Well, lucky for you, Mascoutah offers so many good food options such as Spuds. Spuds is a locally owned restaurant that serves the biggest and best baked potatoes that you will ever try. They also serve a variety of paninis, salads, soups, and so much more. Spuds is located in downtown Mascoutah, and they are open Monday through Friday from 10:30 to 8 p.m., Saturday 11 to 8, and Sunday 11 to 2. So the next time you're craving a potato, make sure you come down to Spuds.
.16 seconds to go, or 34.3 seconds to go, excuse me, as we are back here on the Indian Sports Network. Coming down to the wire, it is a 6-point game. Bulldogs have the ball. Both teams with 1 timeout remaining. Indians are in the bonus. Bulldogs, look, they get it into Garrett Stone. Braxton Decker gonna go for 3. It will fall. It's a 1-possession game. Indians will get the ball. Clock does stop though, because the Bulldogs interfered with the inbound pass. Full court press, ball's knocked away. Bulldogs get it. Stone got the 3. We're tied. Timeout is taken. We're tied with 8 seconds remaining. Garen Stone knocked the 3 from the corner. Oh my goodness. A desperation 3 from the near side corner. And Garen Stone plays hero for the Bulldogs with 8 seconds to go. 55 all. Indians will have the ball, 8 seconds to try to win it.
And they have one timeout, so if they can't inbound the ball, they can get a retry at that timeout.
They also, Highland has to be disciplined here.
Yep.
Highland cannot, if Highland fouls here, the Indians will get 2 shots. So Highland has to be disciplined. That's another factor. Eight seconds. 55 all in the 4th. They get it to Harris. Harris, 5 seconds. He's got time. Gets to the lane, throws it up. Smith can't get it. OT, we're going to OT. The Indians couldn't score in the final 8 seconds, and we are headed to overtime here in Mascoutah on a mega night. What a game.
And we're headed to overtime.
Unbelievable.
I would like to say before this game we wouldn't even think this is possible, but this was definitely possible before the game started, that we could have something as close as this, as high scoring as this, and going into overtime.
So 55 all to overtime, 4 minutes on the clock. And here we go. The timeouts don't reset. Fouls do not reset. That's another thing. Highland still has to be disciplined with those 5 fouls. Nothing resets for this overtime period.
What a luxury that would be for Highland if that would be the case.
But they still have to be just as disciplined as ever.
Matthew Smith, another one who's got to be disciplined. He's got 4 fouls and been sitting the whole 4th quarter with 4 fouls. He hasn't been as aggressive in the 4th quarter, notably, due to that. That may have been a loss on the Indians' part.
So here we go. Decker and Smith will tip to begin the 4-minute overtime period. Here we go. And the Indians will possess the ball first. McHugh. Nobody up on him. Looking, driving. Dishes it underneath. Harris to the rim, doesn't have it. And the Bulldogs come back. It was a nice look, but Harris didn't have the angle to the basket. Decker coming back the other way. Bulldogs with all the momentum. Now in the hands of Stone, who floats one, doesn't have it. Matthew Smith gets the rebound. Stone was the hero for the Bulldogs, tied it at 55 with a 3 from the corner. McHugh gonna backpedal. McHugh drives, finds Smith, gets it to Harris. Nobody has scored yet in overtime. Harris airballs on the layup inside. Bulldogs coming back, nearly a minute into the overtime period. Gets it across over to Braxton Decker. Here's Garrett Stone. Stone spinning through the lane, puts it up and in. Bulldogs up 2. 57-55. McHugh dishes it over for Hollins. Hollins looking around, trying to find somewhere to go. Gets it over to Smith, looks inside. McHugh lost the handle. Ball goes out of bounds. It went off of Grant Fleming. Indians keep possession. 2:33 to go in the overtime period. Gets it out, Matthew Smith. Indians trail by 2. Harris dribbles, now pulls it back, well back to the logo. Now gets it back, gets it to Hollins. Hollins on the right wing, dribbles. Crosses over, now gets it over to Matters Fan. 2:13 to go, we're in overtime. Fan, Smith, corner, 3, back iron, doesn't go. Indians have it. Up 2 minutes to play in overtime. Fleming to the lane, doesn't have it, still loose. Fleming trying to keep it around, they'll swing it around. Minute 45 to go, ball gets thrown over the whole house, air ball to 3. Ball goes up, and it's and one for Grant Fleming. 2-possession game, 1:40 to go. Mattis Fern called for the foul. Fleming will go to the line for 1, and a chance to make it a 5-point game with 1:40 to go. .140 to play. Free throw goes. 5-point game. 1:38 to go in the overtime. Harris gets it to Hollins. Ball knocked away. Hollins, though, able to keep it back. 1:23 to go. Indians have 2 fouls to give. Harris up and in. Indians still alive with 1:15 to go. 60-57. Bulldogs across the timeline into the lane. Stolen! And we're going to have a jump. We're going to have a jump. Arrow favors Highland. 60-57. Timeout Highland. They will take a full time out, but just because they take a full time out, we're going to keep you here. And Highland now out of availability to stop the clock. Not that they need to with 1:05 to go and up by 3. 60-57, Bulldogs leading.
No scores can be allowed here because at that point it would be... Actually, it'd still be, even if there is a score, you know, it'd rather not be a 3, but even with the score, it's still very possible that they can go down there, score 3, and come back and, you know, work some magic. But something defensively has to go right for the Mascoutah Indians here, or else it's not going to look good.
Minute 5 to go. Bulldogs will get the ball to inbound. Minute 05 to play. Inside look for Stone. Now they come back between the circles of Tonehouse. 51 seconds to go. They get it back to Fleming. And across, Indians do have fouls to give, but they're not using them. They can also stop the clock with timeouts. That one was risky. They'll play catch, stolen away, and Harris will foul. 37.6. Indians one more foul to give. They have 2 timeouts with 37.6 on the clock. They'll put the Bulldogs just in front of their own bench to the left of the scorer's table. They'll throw this one out. Looking around and another foul. 33.8 to go. This one will send the Bulldogs to the line. Fleming will shoot free throws. 33.8 seconds. First free throw buried. 4-point game, 2-possession game, 33.8 seconds. Fleming, second free throw goes down. 5-point game, 33 seconds. McCoo trying to find an angle, gets down into the paint, gets it up. Highland throws up the three. He got it! 23 seconds! Timeout, Mascoutah. They need to reset that clock. A good 3 seconds ran off the clock after they called the timeout. Doesn't look like the Indians coaching staff is all that concerned about it. 2-point game, 62-60, 20.7 seconds left in the game.
I told you he'd come in clutch, and he pulled through. Steve Hollins.
I take that back. They actually reset. They did. They reset 5 seconds onto the clock.
That is a good chunk of time.
They set 5 seconds back on the clock. I was going to say a good chunk of time ran off after they initially called the timeout. And so they put 5 seconds back. 25 seconds to go. Bulldogs by 2, 62-60. Both teams have now hit the bonus. The Indians have 1 timeout remaining. Indians will foul. 23.2 to go.
13, Matthew Smith. Was dug in after the foul shot. Down front row.
They're going to send Braxton Decker to the line to shoot 2.
No, number 5, Joe Crumble, that's his first.
And the free throw is good. So the Indians are going to need another big 3 in the final 23 seconds at least. If they can get, if this free throw can miss, another 3 for the Indians would at least secure potentially another OT. Second free throw, good. Gonna take 2 scores. Harris down the floor to the lane. He gets denied. Ball knocked out of bounds by Darren Stone. 18 seconds to go. It was Stone who played hero ball for the Bulldogs to tie it at 55 going into the overtime. Now there's a 3 off the mark from McCoo. Rebound belongs to Fleming. He'll go to the line. Indians foul. 14.1 to go. 64-60. And if these two free throws go down, I think that might do it. (64-60). 14.1 seconds. Fleming at the line for 2 free throws. The first of which is good. Here comes the second. It doesn't go. McCoo goes up. 3-pointer off the mark. Put back. Not going to go. Ball scrambled for on the floor. Loose ball. Clock still winding. Now the jump ball, but only 1.7 to go. It'll stay with the Indians. But that's going to do it. 1.7 seconds on the clock. The jump ball belongs to the Indians, and with 1.7 to go, Highland will take this one from the Indians. The matter is, can the Indians get a shot off? Harris at the buzzer, doesn't get it, it went in and out, and that'll do it. Highland takes it 65-60 in overtime over the Indians in a thrilling MVC season opener and the first home game of the year for the Tribe. What a night, but both the girls and the boys fall prey to the Bulldogs, and for the boys at least, a thrilling matchup.
Well, it was good to see their potential and what we could see down the line in their next games coming up. And it looks like they're going to have a very bright season ahead. Highland is a very tough team. They're a very good team, and they have been for a few years now. It's been a great matchup the past few years as well. So awesome to see it tonight. That offense in the late fourth quarter by Highland really set up this overtime in their win. That was a great offense by them, and ultimately Indians fell short due to their lack of defense.
Great one here tonight. The Indians come up short though, 65-60 the final score. We will see you again at some point. In fact, I don't know off the top of my head when our next broadcast will be.
Waterloo next Friday, I think.
That's a very real possibility that is the case. I'm not completely sure, though. It's the Indians and the Bulldogs. We were thrilled to have this one for you. Final score, once again, the Indians fall to the Bulldogs 65-60. For Hudson Huber, Owen Dessler saying good night from Mascoutah.